Joker was directed by Todd Phillips, and it stars Joaquin Phoenix, Zazie Beetz, and the legendary Robert De Niro in this standalone DC Comics origin story about the Clown Prince of Crime. And it shows Arthur Fleck's descent into madness into becoming the Joker. And so for a while, I was a little bit skeptical because the first makeup images came out for Joaquin Phoenix in the makeup of the Joker. And I thought it looked different. I thought it looked unique, but I wasn't fully on board until we got that teaser trailer. And I also really liked the idea of the Joker not having a origin story and his origins always being multiple choice and not really knowing where he originates from. But this movie does a wonderful and interesting and clever job of that element, but I'm not going to get into that as this is a non-spoiler review. So if you guys want to see a spoiler review, let me know down in the comment section and subscribe if you haven't already. Now the first thing to talk about in this movie is Joaquin Phoenix. He does an amazing, stellar, Oscar-worthy performance in this movie. Let's just not beat around the bush. He's outstanding in this movie. He does a phenomenal job. Every scene that we have him in, I just want to see more and more and more of him. You can see the emotion, his mindset, all of that conveyed on the outside. He reflects all of that so well. He really embodies this character of the Joker. And they do something very unique with his laugh that is so different and unexpected, and it's unique to his version of the Joker. And of course it's a different portrayal. He's not going to copy and paste some other version. But the laugh and his performance is strictly his own, and I really like that. And I think maybe even Joaquin Phoenix's performance rivals Heath Ledger's. I will say that. I think that his performance may actually rival his from what I've seen. So, was the film disturbing? For me, no. It was not disturbing. But I can definitely see how for other people this film would be disturbing. This film definitely feels extremely real. So real at point. There are some points in this movie I wonder if we're still in Gotham. Because it feels like a real city and the world surrounding Arthur feels so real. And Arthur himself, the character, feels like a real person with a real illness. And there are a lot of unsettling ideas thrown at you in this movie that I can see how this would disturb a lot of other people. Now, I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, it wasn't disturbing for me, so it doesn't mean it's going to be disturbing for you. No, I can see how it can be disturbing for a lot of other people, and I do understand. And I do understand that this movie isn't going to be for everyone. But I'm just saying, for me, it definitely sold the realness of the transformation into the Joker. And it worked. It very much did work. And you have to understand at the same time, too, this is not an action movie. It's not a comic book movie. It's a full-on character study that happens to have the Joker in it. They understand all the elements of the Joker. They just make it uniquely their own and not necessarily too comic bookish, not too comic booky, if that's the word I'm looking for. And that's what's brilliant about this movie. And in terms of look and feel of the movie, this is a very gorgeous, it's probably the most gorgeous, ugly looking films I've seen in a long time. The colors are really popping. The shots, I don't know why I said shops. I must have shopping on my mind. Anyways, so the shots are all impactful. They all have a meaning. And the cinematography is just beautiful. And there are so many shots in this movie that you look at and you're just blown away by. And also the shots, in a way, all have meaning to the Joker character. They all have meaning. They're all useful, and they all have a purpose. And that's what's phenomenal about this movie. About the level of violence in this movie, it's not super violent. It's not even as violent as something as Logan. It's not as violent as The Terminator. It's just because it's a lot more hard-hitting and it feels so real and grim and so grotesque. Not in the way the violence is handled, it's how hard-hitting it is that makes it feel so real. And that's why it's called, or it's considered disturbing to a lot of people. A lot of people are like, oh, it's too violent. It's not violent, guys. It's just a lot more hard-hitting. And I've seen a lot worse in a lot of other movies. And the last thing I want to say before ending the review and wrapping this whole thing up is that the film understands that you're not to sympathize for his character, but you're merely to understand the character. That's what they want from you in this movie. They don't want you to sympathize, they want you to understand. Because once Arthur has gone off the rocker, gone a little crazy, lost it a little bit, you're not going to forgive him for his increasingly evil decisions. And the film understands that, but it wants you to understand why he does the things he does and why he turned into what he is now. But it doesn't go, oh, he's doing these bad things. Oh, you have to feel bad for him because this happened to him. No, you're not to excuse this guy's actions. And the movie never does. And that's what I really appreciate about this movie. And this, by far, I have to say this, this is going to sound really weird. This has to be the best movie I've seen in a couple of years in general. And it has to be my favorite DC Comics movie. It's handled so well. I haven't been this impressed by a movie in a while. Like, there are those movies that I enjoy and have fun with, and, but I've never came out of a movie in a while actually thinking about it, thinking about, so many things in the movie. I actually left thinking. And that's what's so interesting about this movie, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have. If you guys have, let me know down below. And of course, if you guys know what I'm going to give it, or you should already know, I'm going to say Joker is a tops tier film. And it's definitely something that you guys should check out if you guys haven't seen it already. So those are my thoughts on Joker. What did you guys think? Let me know down below in the comment section. And as always, if you guys liked the video, make sure to subscribe today to join the Isaiahization.